It was the greatest beer in all the world.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack.
David Crane's Amazing Movie Time! Alright, hello and welcome everyone to David Crane's Amazing Movie Time! I'm Ryan, I'm joined by Andy and Justin, and today's movie that we're going to be discussing is the 2006 Beerfest.
There is a sport where teams from around the world
Looks like we got the Brits in round one.
gather to compete.
We're gonna put the skitters in your Alan Rickers, you plonker!
Do you know what he's saying?
Beer Fest.
The games begin!
Wow. That is quite the trailer. I think that's my favorite quote from the movie is when they're drinking that beer and he's like, "Oh, it's so good. I wish it was winter so we could freeze it and thaw it and drink it." Just like, so yeah, it's from the same guys who did Super Troopers. We kind of picked this one because Super Troopers 2 just dropped into theaters. And I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. I think Beerfest, like start to finish, has more consistent, like stupid laughs than even Super Troopers. There's a lot of like dead space in Super Troopers.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Super Troopers, honestly, but I've seen, with this one, it definitely laughs pretty much the whole way through it.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us have at least grown up with a lot of the references to Super Troopers.
Yeah.
You know, they were pretty big for a long time there. And less so out of this. Like, I think this one didn't perform as well as they thought it would. I don't know. I kind of disagree with you guys. I think Super Troopers has more clever jokes, I guess, compared to this one.
Yeah, I don't feel like I laughed that much at Super Troopers. Maybe I gotta watch it again, but yeah, I mean, well, clever, yes. Yeah, you got that, but like, just like straight in your face, like just dumb shit. Like this movie has definitely got it. I like the cross reference too between Super Troopers and this one with Farva, his character. He's like, I'll take 6, like whatever their beer is, like Schlitz Giggles or whatever, because it's like
Shits Giggles.
Yeah,
Shits and Giggle.
Straight out of Super Troopers, right? Where he's like, I'll take 6 Slitches. Open bar.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I did catch that one. That's good.
I do love too, like just the complete like disregard for like any sort of storytelling, how they kill off that guy's character.
Oh God!
And then
yes.
like immediately the next day he's back, and it's like, no, I'm his twin brother. He's like wearing the cowboy hat.
And it's like, I know you, and I never left.
Yeah, we can kill off a character and just continue the movie as if it never happened because it's so great.
That was really good for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Overall, like, it was pretty enjoyable. I guess I was disappointed, like, because I remember loving this movie back in the day, but it wasn't as good this time for me, at least.
See, and I kind of had the opposite reaction. Like, I remembered I liked it, but I hadn't seen it like since it first hit DVD, and like I laughed my ass off. Like, I thought it was great. I don't know. Maybe it was just the mood I was in too.
Yeah.
Deliriously tired on like a Sunday evening, not wanting to go back to work.
I don't know. I felt like Super Troopers had better, like, the characters like were more I don't know. They were a better group. Like you kind of had a better personality between them. Where this was like, oh, this is the Jew and this is the fat guy and this is, you know.
Yeah, they were more defined characters and roles for sure. But yeah, I think that's kind of like where you go back to the jokes were smarter. Maybe like in that movie where this is more just supposed to be, I guess, slapstick kind of. It's like the closest thing they came to as like to like an SNL type, just dumb sketch comedy movie.
Yeah, that's true.
And in fact, you have what's his name, Will Forte. I don't know if he was on Saturday Night Live at that point, but he is in this movie.
He makes an incredible German, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of uncanny. I just like the whole thing too, like just the premise of the movie that like how many guys are there? 5? Yeah, 5 guys. Like just the whole idea that 5 guys could dedicate an entire year to doing nothing but just getting hammered and like still keeping some semblance of any functional life together. Like it doesn't make any sense, but it's great.
No.
And
That's something probably worth mentioning, like even like how this relates to the area that we live in. Fargo, which, you know, the city that you live in is the drunkest city in the U.S. And it's mostly known it's mostly known for the amount of binge drinking.
Well,
all the way across this area.
Let's put that in perspective, though, because binge drinking is defined as anything other than more than 2 beers in a single sitting, right? Like,
sure.
So, yeah, by that case, like, everyone binge drinks in North Dakota 6 days a week. It's
Pretty much.
I mean, I'll be honest, it's real cold up here a lot of the year. There's not much to do besides sit in bars, and there's a reason there's a lot of fall babies in our region, because everybody gets drunk, nobody goes outside, things happen. It's true.
Yeah. But like,
And there are like 3 cities in North Dakota that are in the top like 10.
yeah, I think so. Bismarck is on there too, yeah.
Yeah.
Not that
But,
there's
like,
anything wrong with that.
Well, right. but that changes how we view this movie, right? Because we look at it like, oh, this isn't out of the realm of possibility, but like everybody else is like, this is so over the top, this is insane.
Yeah, that's a good point. You put it into perspective like that. I never thought about it, but that's true. Well, and isn't it in Wisconsin that they supposedly live for this movie?
Colorado, I think it is.
Is it Colorado? Okay.
Yeah.
Close enough. I mean, it's still Midwest. I'm sure drinking there is about as regular as it is here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not as regular.
I mean, I know a few people that I could put together a team of my own for that. Like, we all know, like, oh, this guy would do that one. Definitely know who would drink the boot at the end. You know, like,
I just kept watching that and like watching them chug those beers. I'm like, I would have made that like 3 gulps in, and I would have just been vomiting uncontrollably everywhere. Like, just, I cannot imagine. Yeah. It's such a weird premise for a movie, but it's so like kind of perfect for those guys.
oh, for sure.
I think like one of the worst things, and like I remember noticing it when I watched it back in the day when this first came out, and it was just even worse now, is that last scene, the victory scene, and all the beer in those glasses is CG'd. Like, just pitifully.
Oh, yeah.
Pitifully bad. It just like, it ruins the whole thing because I can't not look at how terrible this animation is. It's just kind of brutal.
Yeah. But a lot of those scenes, like, they're drinking all that stuff, you can tell. And it's like, how pissed were they, you know, if somebody like screwed up?
Oh, yeah,
they had to redo the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
They probably got pretty drunk.
I love the running joke too that their grandmother was a whore. And then like they find the recipe and he's like, "What's wrong? This means Cam really is a whore." And then like never mind the fact that this guy, like their grandpa who died and like set them up into this whole like Beerfest thing. Like, cause supposedly that would have been his mom, right? So their grandpa's dead, and this is like he had to be like 80 when he died. So how old is their damn grandma in this movie? Like 100 in theory? Didn't make any sense. Like if it had been his wife, like I could have been like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And that's what you think it is initially, but then they explain that it's actually their great grandmother. It just doesn't really add up.
Yeah. Which doesn't make why does it have to be the son, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It would have been just as funny as if, you know, they were calling her their direct like grandmother a whole. I mean, it makes no difference.
Right.
I love the deep analysis we're doing to like a horror joke.
Oh yeah.
So what did you guys think? Like, what would you place this on like the rating scale of blobs out on David Crane's scale? Justin, what do you think? You've been pretty quiet.
Yeah, I'd probably give it probably a 4, I suppose.
It's not bad. Well, you, Andy?
I'd probably be at a 3. You talked me into a little bit higher. I was gonna go even lower than that, but
if you'd gone lower, we'd have been having words, Andy.
But how they handled like that character death, like just I don't give a fuck attitude, that is amazing.
That's kind of the whole movie, really. Like they just didn't give a shit. It's like we're gonna do a movie. It's kind of like an Adam Sandler situation where it's like we're gonna get all our friends together. We're gonna get shit faced. We're gonna make a movie on the movie studio's dime. Because you know that this is the first time that they were like bankrolled a good amount off of the success. Like
The last time?
Yeah.
Well, other than this new one.
right, yeah. And I shouldn't say Super Troopers was an immediate success because I know it took a lot of time on DVD sales for that thing to like build its budget back, but I think they put some faith in these guys at this point. Or actually, was this the third movie? Was Club Dread in between this one?
Yeah, I never saw that one.
That was
that's
bad. That is real bad. But I'd give it a 4. I thought it was good. I think it's probably in their top 3 best movies. So we won't watch it on David Crane's because I don't think it's available anywhere other than on a Blu-ray and DVD run. But did any of you guys see the Slammin' Salmon, which was their straight to DVD movie that they did?
No, I read about it, but I never even knew that existed.
So funny. It's so funny. It's weird though because like the timing on it came out. It's basically like the same type of movie as like Waiting is, but it came out like 2 years after Waiting, and it takes place entirely in a restaurant. But yeah, if you find a copy of that for cheap or can stream it somewhere, that is good shit. So yeah, Beerfest. It's good, and it's better than Andy will give it credit for. So that concludes another episode of David Crane's Amazing Movie Time. As always, you can find everything Weekend Rental at weekendpodcast.com. We are on iTunes and Google Play. Send us an email, weekendrentalpodcast@gmail.com. And as always, be kind, rewind.